KMVT News at 10.
Good evening and thank you for tuning to News at 10 tonight. I'm Brittany Cooper.
And I'm Joe Martin. From talk of prohibiting mask and vaccine mandates to asking the state legislature to reconvene.
Some Idaho voters are starting to wonder if the state's Republican Party is moving too far to the right, and is it becoming even more radical with the recent actions of the Lieutenant Governor? KMVT's Steve Kirch takes a closer look.
This week, while Governor Brad Little was out of state, Lieutenant Governor Janice McGeehan announced she altered the governor's executive order on vaccine passports. He later commented he would be rescinding and reversing her actions. Former Republican Idaho Attorney General Jim Jones says he isn't surprised by the Lieutenant Governor's actions.
But I think that everybody was kind of expecting her to pull some stupid trick like this, and sure enough, she did.
But University of Idaho law professor Shakira Sanders says the Lieutenant Governor's actions were not entirely out of bounds under Article 4, Section 12 of the state constitution.
Makes it very clear that when the governor is out of the state, even temporarily, the lieutenant governor becomes acting governor.
The lieutenant governor also inquired about the process of deploying the National Guard to the U.S.-Mexico border, which garnered her criticism from Republicans in the state, including former Governor Butch Otter, calling it shameful and unacceptable. But others are supporting her actions and not entirely dismissing them.
You know, I don't know. What would I do in her seat if I were in the same opportunity were there? And the moment was to speak for the people constitutionally. Maybe I'd do the same thing.
Pastor Paul Thompson says he doesn't consider politicians like the Lieutenant Governor and her colleagues too far right, but they are protecting citizens' liberties and freedoms.
Whenever I read the Idaho Constitution, I find them behaving more constitutionally.
But Jones feels they are more interested in fighting than getting things done, especially when it comes to policies like face masks and vaccines.
And these people are saying, we want to do anything we damn well please. We want to carry guns into the schools. We want to be able to infect our neighbors with virus.
He also says he's concerned about the upcoming legislative session, which could be worse than the last one, which was the longest on record.
I think you're going to see a lot of political posturing.
He also thinks there will be cries about voter fraud in the 2022 election, but he doesn't think voters will buy into it. But in the end, Thompson thinks the term far right is being politicized.
Are we being constitutional would be the question I would want to ask, not are we far this way or far that way.
Reporting from Twin Falls, Steve Kirch, KMVT.
And tune in to KMVT's News tomorrow because we'll ask elected officials to see if they feel like the Republican Party has gone too far.
Now, your KMVT First Forecast with Chief Meteorologist Eric Brill.
Well, it appears by the time we get to midnight, a lot of southern Idaho towns and cities within the Magic Valley Mini-Cache region will end up getting about 0.2 of an inch of rain. And yeah, that doesn't sound like much, but it's about 1/50th of what we typically average for the year. If you kind of divide that up, that's about what we should get in theory once a week. So to get that on one day, nice little soaking rain that we were able to get throughout the day. And seeing that yet again, as far as the Magic Valley Mini-Cache region go, moderate to kind of lightish rain, kind of a hybrid of in between both of those right now for Twin Falls, Jerome, over to Murtaugh, Hazelton, Hanson, and even into Hayburn, Burley, and in Rupert. So nice to have some showers around, no doubt about that. Futurecast throughout the rest of the evening and overnight hours has kind of another round moving through by about 3 to 5 o'clock in the morning. And that's really going to be the name of the game as far as Friday is concerned. Yet again, more on and off showers on tap. But what about the forecast for that of the weekend? Will it be as wet as what we are going to see tomorrow, what we saw today? That answer coming up here.